On a quiet summer night in 1977, the Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University captured a mysterious signal that would baffle humanity for nearly half a century of deep research. As astronomer Jerry Ehman reviewed the long data printouts, a specific sequence of numbers and letters suddenly stood out from the monotonous cosmic background noise that usually filled the silent laboratory air. The signal, which lasted exactly 72 seconds, was incredibly powerful and perfectly aligned with the expected characteristics of an artificial transmission, suggesting a deliberate intent behind the strange rhythmic electronic pulse pattern. Emmons stared at the paper, his heart racing as he realized the magnitude of this discovery. He carefully circled the sequence in thick red ink and scrawled the word "Wow" in the margin, capturing his sheer disbelief at the anomaly that had just emerged from the void. It appeared at the hydrogen line frequency, a cosmic frequency that many scientists believed an intelligent civilization would use to communicate across the vast, dark reaches of space between distant star systems. This singular event ignited a massive firestorm of speculation, providing a tantalizing glimpse into the possibility that we were not alone in the universe, drifting through the cold, empty expanse of space. Yet, it left researchers with more questions than answers as they scrambled to understand its origin. The printout sat on his desk, a silent witness to a moment that changed everything forever. He wondered if the signal was a greeting, a warning, or merely a stray cosmic echo. The silence of the room felt heavier now, burdened by the weight of an unknown sender. Every tick of the clock seemed to echo the rhythmic pulse of that mysterious, brief transmission. He checked the calibration of the telescope again, desperate to find a flaw in the data. But the data remained stubborn, confirming that the signal had indeed originated from the deep cosmos. He looked up at the ceiling, imagining the vast distance the signal had traveled to reach. The sheer scale of the universe suddenly felt intimate, connected by this one fleeting golden moment. He reached for his coffee, his hand trembling slightly as he processed the implications of discovery. This was the proof they had sought for decades, yet it felt like a ghost story. He began to draft a report, his pen scratching against the paper in the quiet night. The world outside was sleeping, unaware that the silence of the stars had finally been broken. He felt a strange kinship with the unknown entity that had broadcasted this signal so long. Perhaps they were waiting for a reply, watching the Earth with the same curiosity he felt. The red ink on the paper seemed to glow under the harsh fluorescent light of office. He knew that tomorrow, the scientific community would be thrown into a state of absolute chaos. The mystery of the wow signal was now his burden to carry into the bright dawn. He leaned back in his chair, watching the stars through the window of the observatory dome. They looked different now, no longer just points of light, but potential homes for distant life. The frequency was precise, mathematical, and undeniably artificial in its structure and its clear, sharp delivery. He wondered if anyone else had heard it, or if he was the only witness today. The data was a puzzle, a riddle wrapped in the cold, unyielding language of radio waves. He felt a profound sense of humility, a small human standing before a vast cosmic ocean. The signal was a bridge, however brief, between 2 points in the infinite, dark, silent universe. He closed his eyes, trying to visualize the source of that powerful, mysterious, and fleeting transmission. The night air was cool, but he felt a feverish excitement burning within his very soul. He would spend the next few days verifying every single detail, leaving no room for doubt. The Big Ear telescope had done its job, capturing a whisper from the deep, dark void. He carefully filed the printout, treating it like a sacred relic from a long-lost alien civilization. The world would soon know, but for now, the secret belonged to him and the stars. He turned off the lights, leaving the office in shadows, but the signal remained in mind. The universe was not silent, it was just waiting for someone to listen to the truth. He walked out into the cool night air, looking up at the vast, shimmering, star-filled sky. The answer was out there, hidden somewhere in the depths of that endless, dark, cosmic expanse. He felt like an explorer who had just found a map to a new, unknown world. The wow signal was the first step on a journey that would span generations of astronomers. He smiled to himself, knowing that humanity had finally taken its first step into the light. The stars seemed to twinkle with a new, mysterious purpose as he walked to his car. He would return tomorrow, and the day after, to listen for that voice once again today. The silence of the cosmos was no longer empty. It was filled with infinite hidden possibilities now. He drove home, the image of the red-circled wow burned into his memory for all time. The mystery was just beginning, and he was ready to face whatever the future might hold. He looked at the horizon, where the first light of dawn was beginning to break through. The world was waking up, but he was still living in the magic of the night. He knew that nothing would ever be the same after this singular, brief, and profound event. The signal had changed the course of human history, and he was the lucky witness today. Despite decades of follow-up observations using the most advanced telescopes available, the signal never appeared again. This haunting lack of repetition has forced scientists to consider a wide array of complex possibilities. Theories range from rare, unknown natural phenomena like passing comets to more provocative, hidden extraterrestrial broadcasts. Perhaps humanity was simply lucky enough to catch a single, fleeting transmission from the deep void. Without a second occurrence, the signal remains an absolute enigma, standing as a testament to mystery. It serves as a constant reminder that our search for intelligence among stars is still young. Our current efforts are still in their infancy, barely scratching the surface of the vast dark. The universe is far more complex and strange than we can currently comprehend or even imagine. Whether it was a message from another world or a cosmic fluke, the mystery persists today. The wow signal continues to inspire generations of astronomers to keep listening to the deep silence. They stare into the empty expanse of space, hoping for an answer to the ancient question. The data printouts from 1977 still sit in archives, yellowed by time but sharp in memory. Researchers analyze the patterns again, searching for hidden clues that might have been missed before now. Every new telescope built on Earth turns its gaze toward the same patch of dark sky. They scan the hydrogen line frequency with renewed intensity, hoping to catch a faint repeating echo. The silence of space is heavy, pressing down on those who dedicate their lives to listening. Yet, the lack of a second signal does not deter the curious minds of our modern era. They understand that the cosmos operates on timescales far beyond the reach of human short lives. A message might take centuries to travel, or it might be a pulse meant for others. We are merely observers of a grand, silent play that has been unfolding for billions of years. The red ink on the original printout remains a symbol of human wonder and scientific hope. It represents the moment we realize that the universe might be speaking in a hidden tongue. Each night, the Big Ear legacy lives on through digital arrays that span across the globe. They process petabytes of data, filtering out the noise to find a single, meaningful, artificial pulse. The quest for understanding is a journey that connects us to the very stars above us. We look upward, not just for answers, but to understand our own place in the expanse. The wow signal remains our most tantalizing hint that we are not alone in this dark. It is a ghost in the machine, a whisper that vanished before we could fully understand. Scientists continue to debate the source, arguing over the physics of comets and radio waves. Yet, in the quiet moments of the night, the possibility of intelligence feels very real indeed. We keep listening because the silence is not empty, but full of potential and hidden meaning. The stars watch us back, indifferent to our struggle to decode the light and the dark. We are a species defined by our curiosity, always reaching further into the great unknown abyss. The signal was a spark that ignited a fire, and that fire still burns very bright. Generations have passed since that night, but the mystery has only deepened with the slow time. We refine our technology, hoping to capture the next whisper from the depths of the void. The search is a testament to the human spirit, which refuses to accept the cold silence. We are explorers of the radio spectrum, mapping the invisible waves that bind the whole universe. Perhaps one day, the silence will break again, and we will finally hear the long-awaited reply. Until then, we wait with patience, watching the sky for a sign that we are heard. The scientific community remains divided, weighing the cold logic of nature against the dream of contact. Every signal detected is a puzzle piece, yet the wow signal remains the most elusive fragment. It defies simple categorization, sitting stubbornly at the intersection of science and pure, wild speculation. Could a comet really mimic the precise frequency of the hydrogen line so perfectly and briefly? Skeptics argue the math is sound, while others insist the signal structure implies a deliberate intent. The debate rages on in journals and conferences, fueled by the lack of definitive, repeatable evidence. We are looking for a needle in a haystack, but we are not even sure what the needle looks like. The signal's narrow bandwidth is its most defining characteristic, suggesting a source that is highly focused. Natural sources rarely behave with such precision, which is why the mystery refuses to fade away. We continue to model the signal, running simulations that test the limits of our current astrophysical understanding. Each simulation brings us closer to the truth, yet the final answer remains just out of reach. It is a humbling experience to realize how little we know about the vast cosmic neighborhood. We are like children listening at a door, trying to decipher a conversation we cannot fully hear. The signal was a brief, brilliant flash of light in the darkness of our collective ignorance. It taught us that the universe is capable of surprises that defy our most rigorous expectations. We remained vigilant, our instruments pointed toward the stars, ready to catch the next great anomaly. The search for truth is never linear, and the wow signal is a testament to that fact. We embrace the uncertainty, knowing that every mystery solved leads to even more profound questions. The journey is long, but the potential reward is the greatest discovery in human history. We look to the stars, waiting for the universe to speak once more, in any language.